Hey, shalom, shalom, all praises, honor, glory goes to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakak, Wadash. Double honors to the apostles, elder bishops, a great millstone who rule well. Peace and blessings to you fellow brothers pushing out this word in truth and sincerity. Your brother Chanak coming back with another lesson through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakak, Wadash. Okay, shalom to all the hopeful elect, the believers of Yahweh Shema Shai in these wicked evil times. All right, this is going to be a in transit lesson. This is actually inspired by a particular store out here. You know, I'm in Toronto for a moment, and it's inspired by a particular store. And this store is it's an autonomous store, meaning there's nobody in the store. You know, and it's stocked with goods, right? It's stocked with goods. There's nobody in the store. The door is locked, but you can access through a particular app. Okay, you access through a particular app. You get on the app, but then you need to hand over all your biometrics. Okay, you need to hand over all your biometrics, and then you go into the store. You grab what you want. All right, it rings it up, and you bought it, and then you can leave. Okay, and it's monitored 24 hours out of the day. You know, and basically, right, this is the future. All right, this is the future, where you're gonna have particular stores, and they showed you that over the years with these different commercials. They'll have people come into a store and grab a whole bunch of stuff, and it looks like they're about to steal something, and there's like a security guard right there, and they just leave, and then they tell you, you know, this is of the future, and pretty much everything was just deducted from your account, and we know that it's going to actually come to the MOTB. That's the point. All right, it's going to come to the MOTB, which is the mark of the beast, in which you're going to just go into a particular store, or even to get in a store, you got to scan your chip, okay? And to purchase, you don't even have to go to a counter. It just tallies everything up, all right, via the camera system, you know, the technology. So I'm like, when I see the stores right where I'm staying at, and I'm like, damn, this is you know, this is the future. And I'm pretty sure there's stores like that in the U.S. They're pretty much like pilot programs. They're pretty much like in the testing phases. But that's what's being rolled out. All right, right now, okay, autonomous stores. Everything's going to be autonomous. Everything's going to be governed by AI. Bear with me. Let me just get past this asshole over here. Everything's going to be autonomous. Everything's going to be governed by AI. Okay? Let me get Habakkuk. All right, because we've got an insight to these things actually happening in the end days, in the end time. We can see this technology, which is Esau's his miracles. You know, he was able to do all these miracles in the last days. You know, to be able to go into a store, pick up items, and it rings it up perfectly, and you just walk out. And that's security. It's secure. You don't have to worry about theft. Or you don't have to hire employees. All you need somebody to do is stock the particular items, and even they're creating robots to do that. Habakkuk 2 verse 3: For the vision is yet for a appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Okay, so this thing is speaking, and with that technology, they're able to, you know, dictate who can buy goods and who cannot buy goods. If you are, okay, if the only way you can get into a store is through your biometrics, and you have been deemed an enemy of the state, they can cut access. They can literally cut access. You can't go into that store. Okay? And then anywhere you go, you're being tracked, you're being traced. So if you try to steal, they have all your information. Now they can come and grab you up. They can send drones. They can send a police force, robot dogs, whatever it may be. All right, there's a term, the future is now. Meaning all the things that you see in these sci-fi movies, these dystopian movies, they're actually, that technology is out now. They're rolling out that technology now. And they've been had it for a while, but it's been, you know, so they haven't been showing the people. Now it's time to show the people. Okay, they're ready. All right. Let me continue. But at the end it shall speak and not lie, though it tarry. Wait for it, because it will surely come. It will not tarry. Yes, stores like that, these autonomous stores, that is of the future. Okay. Whether you like it, believe it or not, that's the dream of Esau Edom. He's able to control the population through his technology. Okay, give me a second. Okay, he's able to control the population through his technology. And if you don't get on board, all right, if you don't get on board, then he'll cut you off. So let's go there. This is not a long lesson. I just wanted to bring that out. Lord's will, I'll come back with some more lessons today. Okay, but that's the store of the future. And it's open 24 hours of the day. You have access to these goods. All right, but they know everybody that goes into that store though, because everything is tied digitally to the app and your biometrics. You just can't sign up and sign up with a fake ID, a fake a persona, fake identity. No, everything is. They want a camera photo of you. They want your ID. Okay, and then it's going to get to where, all right, it's going to go into a chip. That's the ultimate goal. We see the technology being rolled out right now. The technology is actually being rolled out right in front of our eyes. Okay, Revelation 13. You know where I'm going. All right, in 16, and he calls of all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond. Okay, everybody. All right, everybody. That's the future that we're moving towards, and they're using all manner of distractions, enchantments. All right, black swan events. Control opposition back and forth. All right, psychological operations, psyops. Okay, they're using all these manner of distractions to bring in this digital order. Everything is being moved to a surveillance state. Really, it already is. Look at China. And it's like we speak about these things constantly. It's all you guys do is talk about the same thing. What else should we be talking about? Should we be talking about Israelite marriages and shit? The scriptures speak about the best gift to covet is to prophesy. That's what we're prophets. That's what the prophets would be doing. They will be telling you things before they happen. And we see the actual technology being rolled out. So in the very near future, the stores are going to be autonomous. They show you that in all these movies. Okay, and then it's going to go to facial recognition, your palm, your thumbprint. Okay. All right, and then it's going to go into, hey, you know what? This technology, the thumbprint and the facial recognition and the iris scan and the handprint is not as secure. Okay, people can still, deceitfully use these things. It's secure, but it's not as secure. Now we need a chip, and this is what it's going into. We're getting an insight to these things that the Most High showed John. And John wrote them down, and it was kept for us to see in these last days and to fully understand. Okay, now we fully understand what John saw. John didn't understand what he saw. Okay, we're seeing a technocracy. Okay, we're seeing a digital prison being set up right before us. Oh yeah, it's just a store, autonomous store. You can go in there with an app. It's 2 o'clock in the morning. You want a bag of chips? You could just, get into the app and just go open the store, grab what you need to do, and then just leave, and it just deducts from your debit card. Oh wow, that's great. That's amazing. That's going to be rolled out nationwide. That's going to be rolled out throughout the four corners of the earth, this system. Okay? And he calls of all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. Okay? And we know that to be the RFID microchip. They're actually already rolling out, okay, the microchip. They're already putting in people's heads. In Sweden, let's Google this. Okay? Let's Google something real quick. How many people worldwide have an implant RFID chip in their hand? Okay? Let's see. Because that technology is already being rolled out. Bear with me while this is pulled up. Okay. It says, while exact, now this is AI overview. I just typed it in Google. How many people have an RFID implant in their hand? Okay, so this is the answer. While exact numbers are hard to pin down, estimates suggest tens of thousands, potentially over 50,000 people worldwide have RFID chip implants in their hands or hands for functions like keyless entry. Okay, you want to go into their store? Boom, just hit the RFID microchip, your hand. You live in a high rise? Boom, just opens your door. All right, the new keyless systems in your apartment. You want to go to the apartment gym, or you want to go to 24-hour fitness or Crunch Gym or Planet Fitness. Boom. They just add it to your RFID that's already implanted. It makes it easy. Nobody can sneak in. Okay? Keyless entry and payments. With significant populations in Sweden, which Sweden is that test ground. Though some U.S. states are banning mandatory chipping, but that we know that Esau, he's going to move the goalposts. Yes, so-called banning to make it seem like, America's against it. America's going to be all for it. What proves that? Well, right, Trump just when he came into office, right, he campaigned on stopping wars. He campaigned on making America great. He campaigned on all these, these great things that are going to make America better, right? And then when he came in, what did he do? He did the exact opposite. All right, he started to send, secret police against the population. He started all these different wars. He went into Venezuela, captured the president. He wants to take over Greenland. All right, he's threatening NATO. He's sending tariffs on these different nations, which pretty much is a tax on the people. So they say one thing and they do the exact opposite. Or when you go up into Revelation 13, it speaks about, this rulership, this beast system. It had two horns like a lamb, but spake as a dragon. Those two horns represent the political parties, the two opposing political parties, okay? The right or the left. And this is the only choice that you get. You don't get another choice. You don't actually put anybody else. There's nobody else can actually be part of that selection. Okay? Because it is a selection. They give you two candidates, but it said they spake as a dragon. So their actual actions, really, were draconian, and we see that. Give me a second. Let me just do something real quick. Bear with me. So basically, they're already rolling. This technology has been rolled out for several years, okay? And now they're starting to, do more pilot programs. They already did pilot programs with universal basic income. And here, you can Google exactly what I Googled and look it up yourself. All right, there's already people with implantable chips inside of them. And their representatives like the W to the E to the F, the World Economic Forum, they come out and tell you what the future is. All right, and we know that the elites They manipulate societies. Something called social engineering. Let's look this up real quick. Finish Revelation 13, and then we're going to be out of here. Okay, what is social engineering? I know that's in cybersecurity too, but let's read. All right, it says the use of centralized planning in an attempt to manage social change and regulate, all right, the future development and behavior of a society. So basically, witchcraft. They use particular instances like this thing with the ice shooting to invoke particular emotions with the people to project particular mindsets, invoke emotions to get a particular outcome. Okay, that's what this damn devil does. Basically, what is it called? Damn. What is the word? It's a saying. It's like I'm blanking out right now. Satan. Problem, reaction, solution. Excuse me. Problem, reaction, solution. So the solution is AI. The solution is digital. Okay? And then it's going to get to a point to where now the solution is actually, all right, to put the technology inside you. Okay? For safety, for convenience, for security. All right? This is going to be labeled as peace on earth. You need this chip because this is going to stop people from scamming. This is going to make people behave. Because if they don't behave, we can just turn their chip off. Or we can, turn off particular, rights. You can't get on the bus. You can't get a loan. You can't buy a house. All right, you can't go to the amusement park. You can't go and buy presents for your family. You can't have a job. Oh, just like the UK, right? The UK now have the digital ID. You need a digital ID to work. It's not mandatory. They're not saying, all right, if you don't get this, we're going to put you to death. Okay, they're not saying that. What they're saying is if you want to work in the UK, all right, if you want to work in the UK, then what? You need a digital ID. So this is what we're reading in Revelation 13. He's causing you. He's going to cause you. He's going to put you in a particular situation where you have to get this in order to survive in his system that he has created. Okay? That's the future. And we see everything moving towards that direction, man. Okay? It's clear and obvious. Okay, give me a second. Let me just I got to get into this garage real quick. Bear with me. And then we're going to finish this up. Is it not cold today? Okay, they let me in. All right. Okay, they let me in. All right, so let's finish this. Revelation 13 and bear with me. 16 again. It says, and he had power. I'm sorry. And he called of all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. And I just read that in around the world, they said tens of thousands of people already have implantable chips, okay, in their hand, okay, not even adding the implantable chips inside the brain. Remember, they're doing that as well. So if the Israelite is not talking about these things, the Israelite leader or somebody that calls themselves a prophet, if they're not speaking about these things, that they're actually a false prophet. Because this is the future. This is the future that we're going to. So what's the answer? Well, if that's not the case, then what the hell is going on? Why are the powers that be? Why is Esau Edom? Why is he moving everything over to digital, digital biometric, digital payments, digital identification, AI? What's going on? Why the job markets are being phased out as far as human resources? Robots are coming in. Well, robots are going to be controlling everything. The scriptures speak about how there will be no more work for Egypt, which is America, spiritual Egypt, America. Okay, there, the grinding shall cease. We seen a glimpse of that in 2020, where the powers to be, they locked down their whole societies, and China's on board too. Because why did China lock it down? Why did all these nations do the same thing? All right, if they're fighting against each other, which they are, but they are also in agreements with each other as well. And any nation that didn't lock down their situation or their population, they were attacked. And you had coups that were started to be implemented. Okay, and that destroyed a lot of these nations' economies, man. And that's exactly the whole plan. And they have something else up their sleeve, which is going to be far more detrimental. Okay. It says, and that no man might buy or sell save he that had a mark. For example, that autonomous store. If there was nothing but autonomous stores, all right, you have to tap in. You have to give over your biometrics to get into that store to eat. Let's say outside of the chip, because it is going to be okay. Just do your handprint, or just do your iris scan. Just do your thumb or your fingerprint. Okay, or your facial recognition. But then it's going to come to a point to where that MAR to the K. All right, which you go into that word, charagma. Okay, incision. Okay, John saw this. How is it out of the realm of possibility? People all around the world lined up to get that jump shot because they were afraid, and nothing happened. So when something actually happens, okay, when we're in the height of famine, we're in the height of war, or we're in the height of pestilence, we're in the height of confusion, perplexity, as the scriptures say, Luke the 21st chapter. What do you think people are going to do, man? They're going to be afraid. Okay, so-called fake alien invasions, and it's a lot that's going to go on. It's a lot. It's some crazy shit that's getting ready to happen. And the scriptures say, if it were all possible, they shall deceive the very elect. So you have autonomous stores. You can see how they can have it to where you can't buy or sell. And that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. So that's clear, man. And we're going to continue to go over it and let you know. All right, keep flooding the internet, all right, the firmament with this knowledge of Yahweh Shemashai. So you Israelites would not have an excuse in that day. And we're all going to be tested, the hour of temptation. So, I pray, the lesson was edifying. Until next time, shalom to the elect.